friends, I am Ali back here again, but in today's video I am not with the previous language that was Python, and I have uploaded so much content related to Python on my channel, and I will be continue it, but for today I am gonna start a new language on my channel, that is C++. Yes, you have listened right, and in this playlist or in this series I am gonna tell you about the C++ programming language from the scratch. That would be much easier, especially for those who are the absolute beginners. But the reason I want to give you that I have switched to C++ programming, though I will continue simultaneously the Python programming language, just because yes, it's a fact that Python is the one of the most popular language nowadays, but C++ and also I will be telling you C# are all very important from the day first of their development, because they are being used widely and extensively in many of the fields, and they are very useful languages and very important to know. Now, so I have started C++ language. Now, first of all, I will give you the introduction of a C++ language. It is a powerful general purpose programming language. General purpose programming language means that it has not to be designed for one or two specific purpose. It is a general purpose programming language. You can do many of tasks. And one important fact to know is it is an extension to C language. Many of the tasks were that we couldn't perform on C language, and in the C++ we are able to do that as well. Its manufacturing year was 1979. Now, one of the most important advantage you can say of C++ is it is a multi-paradigm language, which means that it is not only able to proceed with the procedural language, but it is also able to do the object-oriented programming, procedural programming, even the functional programming as well. So you can imagine how important this language is, since it is able to do all three types of programming. So it is a very important language, and it is used to create a high performance application. That is one of the most important aspect, and we can use it in other manner as well. Hope you have got the introduction of C++. This is our first video regarding C++. Now, what do we have to know before learning a language? What are its advantages and disadvantages? There is no language which have no disadvantage, so we have to keep them in our mind as well. First of all, I will come to the advantages that are in front of you. I have already told you it is a multi-paradigm language. We can do it object-oriented language. It is very good memory management. It is fast, and it is compatible with C, since you have already know that it is an extension of C, and it is a portable language. You can use it on any type of devices, and a large community support means it is used widely in almost all parts of the world. Now, after advantages, we also have to discuss the disadvantage, that is the security issue. Security issue means that one of the disadvantages is that it is not very much secure language. The program designed in C++ is secured, but not to that extent which it should be. So there are security issues in C++, and there are many reasons behind that. Then the absence of garbage collector means in some languages, mostly in the modern day languages, there are many of things that are used to extract the garbage, or you can say irrelevant material from the programs or codes, and they are set apart, and we have to use just the useful part of our coding, and all the irrelevant part are discarded. But in C++ there is absence of that, and because of that the code becomes some huge and complex and also lengthy. And then the use of pointers, we will learn that how to use the pointers. But the main disadvantage is that use of pointers are somewhat difficult. It is difficult to understand, especially for the beginners, but once you learn it, then it will become easier. So this was some of advantages which are very much far ahead than disadvantage of C++. Now I have also wanted to tell you before we are gonna jump to the practical explanation by using the coding in our next videos. But before that, I want to tell you how to design the structure of a C++ program, that is basic program. So first line tells that it includes the header files. I will tell you in the upcoming program what header files are, but for now you have to learn every file that had .h extension. We have to include it before our main starting of our main function. We have to use the header file, and I will tell you in detail what header files are. Now, preprocessor directives. I will tell you here what preprocessor directives are. Before compiling the final version of our code, there are some direction or order which we use to give before our main function, that these must be included before final compilation. So we use hash. You can see here this IOStream, and before that I have used the hash sign. This tells the C++ that before compiling the final version you have to include this, and they are called preprocessor directives, everything with this hash sign. Now, including these two things, after then we used to have our main program in C++. This is the most important point, guys. Everything which you have to use in the main program comes under the function name main. I repeat, while I want to use anything in the main program or to code that I want to run, comes under the function that is main. This is the function which is called main, and with main we used to have int, that is integer, and integer is a return type function, and that is why we have used the return 0, because we don't want to return anything. If we want, then we would use some other thing, but here just for a beginners I will tell you that again a simpler language. First we have to use any of the header file which I will tell you in the upcoming videos, then preprocessor directives, and after including all those we will start our main program with the main function, then starting parentheses. Under these parentheses you have to write the code which you want to run when you want to have the final compilation. For example, for example output statement, input statement, functions, anything. Now then, what is this? Underscore get ch and the parentheses. This is used to hold screen for a while. For example, after including the 3 line starting parentheses, I have write the output statement using count. Count is an output statement for C++. I will show you, don't worry. Now after this I want to hold the screen for a while so that the command line should not vanish. So I will use this underscore get ch. I will show you all that practically, so don't worry. Here just you have to remember what we used to do with this get ch, and then return 0. What does actually return 0 mean? That it indicate to the C++ that you have concluded your program successfully. What you have start with the main, now it has been concluded or ended successfully, and after all that the parentheses must be closed. So everything in the main function comes under the parentheses. All the code will be written here, and at the end we will use the return 0, and keeping in the mind that all the header file, preprocessor directives, or any other kind of library as well we used to have in the first place of our program. Hope you have understand it. Just I have given you the basic sketch of a structure of a C++ program. In my upcoming videos I will start from the scratch, how to use the print statement or to get the input statement, and many more things in the C++, and I will also continue in Python as well. So this was all from today's video. This was an introductory video of a C++ program. In upcoming days we will working on C++, so hit the bell icon. If you haven't liked my channel yet, like it, share and subscribe my channel, that is Tech Park. This was all from today's video. I will continue with C++ and Python as well. Thank you.